Hey, folks, welcome to Market Intraday Analysis by InTheMoneyStocks.com, your leaders in pure technical analysis, avoiding all that Wall Street hype. This video for Wednesday, November 30th, 2011 is sponsored by RealTick. All right, guys, we have a lot to cover today. Markets having another huge gain. And again, the charts predicted this yesterday into the end of the day. We saw some negative news come out about banks, their credit ratings getting downgraded. Everyone thought, oh boy, here comes tomorrow being today, a major drop in the markets. And sure enough, the charts were not confirming that drop theory. Why do you know that? Go to your 60-minute chart on your SPY. Take a look at this. Yesterday, all day long, sideways consolidation. That's an in-spirit of bullish pattern. Look at the two moving averages cradling the market. This was telling you that there was a good chance of another leg up. In addition, yesterday was a pause day. Anytime you get a major move up and then a pause day, it generally leads you to believe you will have another move up. These were the factors yesterday telling us there was something going on here. Sure enough, today we got the results. Major coinciding events with the Federal Reserve here and the ECB in Europe working together to help Europe and help them get out of their situation, and ultimately the markets rebounding in a major way over the last few days. Dow was up 391 points, Nasdaq up 81. S&P 500 up 40. That's over 3% across the board, guys. And this is the beauty of it. If you were an In the Money Stocks member, you just cleaned up. I have members posting today on Traders Life 24/7, posting in the chat room. They had their biggest profit day ever today, ever. You want to get involved? You take the 7-day free trial here. That's all you do. You start making this type of money. Anyone that took a 7-day free trial last week probably just paid for a lifetime subscription here at InTheMoneyStocks.com to all services, probably getting the webinar and the DVD included in that, because that's the type of money. And I'm going to show you a couple of the trades out there, folks. Let's talk about them. All right, we had long SMH. SMH hit first target today. We took half off, break even stop. We had long JP Morgan. JP Morgan, huge gain today, hitting target, profits taken. We had long SPY from 117.65. Get that, guys, 117.65. And this was all these trades were taken last week, late last week, Wednesday-ish, give or take. So SPY long 117.65. It hit 124.50 in 4 or 5 trading days. You're talking about that type of gain, folks. That's amazing. That's nuts. All right, and again, profits taken on the SPY today, beautifully. All right, so I mean, it's just about that. And now there was another trade. Let's talk about. I mean, we just have so many trades here that we're out there that are nailing. I took the second half of my profits off of CSIQ, Canadian Solar. Why? Because I was up 31% on this play. 31% gain, second half CSIQ. First half I banked 15%. You just continue to rinse and repeat. And as I said in yesterday's free video, folks, if you go back 2 weeks, we were short the market and we made money on the shorts. Then we went long, made money on the longs. The whole time, the average investor out there has no clue what to do. They're getting their head twisted all around. Even the media. I mean, look at CNBC. Every day they're bearish or bullish, and whatever they are, the market seems to go the opposite way. So last week, CNBC was unbelievably bearish. What happens? Market rallies. Yesterday, after the market closes and we get that downgrade, the credit downgrade on the banks, Bank of America and some of these other players, CNBC turns bearish again, thinking the markets were going to collapse. Guess what? Opposite way it goes. You got to read the charts here. I can't stress that enough. The methodology we teach is proprietary in nature. You won't find it in any books. You won't find it at any institution. And you know what? It's better than anything else out there. Goldman Sachs doesn't come close. Neither does any of these other institutional players or hedge funds. Not with the accuracy. I think we're on a streak now of 7 or 8 winners in a row. Our average is, again, usually 8 out of every 10 winners or 9 out of every 10 winners. Just the nature of the beast, guys. We're just going to rinse and repeat the market based on our proprietary signals. And again, the beauty of it is, you might not believe what I'm saying. You might say, well, I don't know if they really did, bang 7 in a row out or whatever. Well, you know what? Take the free trial. Big deal, right? It's a free trial. Cancel it if you're not happy. Don't pay. That's fine. As long as you cancel before the end of the free trial, you're not charged. Simple as that. All right? In any case, guys, this is what it's all about. a major rally again. We've unloaded a majority of our long positions. We still have like half an SMH out there. I still have a small cap that I'm holding out there, which I'll talk about in tonight's video in the research center as well. But for the most part, the profits are just so big. We put them in our pockets, and we're going to start getting ready for the next setup on the next move. If you want to be included on that next move, then you got to be a member. All right, let's take a look at the charts again. What's going on here? What I love about today's chart on the SPY is that you gapped above the 50 here, the gap fill, and the 20 20 moving average. That's a major gap right there. Okay? So you have a nice little, what I call a river theory, which is a technical term, proprietary term that I've developed. And what this generally tells us is, as long as we stay above this 20, what I want to see is sideways movement for a little bit for a couple days, and then I think what we're going to do is probably inch a little bit higher. You're not going to go much higher, but you're probably going to go a little bit higher, probably into this little sloping trend line right here, and possibly the 200 moving average. But again, the easy upside, our buy area was right down here. This is where we were buying, folks, all our positions. That easy money has now been made. And again, if you didn't make money, honestly, you got to reevaluate because the signals were there. If you knew the proprietary signals, if you were a member here, you easily jumped on board and made a killing in this market over the last 3 days. In 3 days, essentially, made a killing. All right, let's take a look at the dollar. Dollar today, what do you think it is? Obviously, it's down, although it is off the lows, but the dollar is down on the day. We came into support area right here. This is actually a level I gave to the research center, folks. I said this area right here with the moving averages and gap fill, this is where you were going to go on the dollar. That also insinuated further upside in the markets because the dollar moves opposite the market. So if the dollar's falling, market's going to go up. And again, we can see the dollar has fallen. Take a look at the last few days, and therefore the markets have gone up. Very simple. All right, so that's, again, a nice little area of support. Now, you are into support on the dollar, so that's, again, a signal that the easy money's been made. Now it's up to us to figure out, okay, well, where is it going from here? And that's what we're going to be doing. And I will be putting out new trade alerts when the time is right. One of the beauties about In the Money Stocks is that we're patient, but we know the technicals. We know how to handle the market. We know what to do here. All right? And we'll do it. We're going to keep doing it month after month. And, each week it seems like we're banging out more profits. Last week we made money on the shorts. This week we're making on the money on the longs. Who knows? Next week we'll be long or short the market, one or the other. Okay? All right, let's take a look at a couple other things. GLD today, good move on the GLD. GLD gapping above the 20 moving average, right to gap window here. I think the GLD could now easily go up to the gap fill. All right, the SLV is really one of the more bearish charts out there. I think it's going to be a possible short. As long as it stays underneath the 20 moving average, that's a possibility of a short there. Let's take a look at some other stocks. What's roaring today? I mentioned solar stocks. Solar stocks are getting a huge bounce because there's a ton of shorts in them, and the shorts are covering. And sure enough, take a look at First Solar today, up $3.50. Beautiful move up there. By the way, I gave the exact low on First Solar. See this pivot low? You want to see why that was the low, and I gave that out, and we talked about it in the research center in the intraday stock chat. Go do this. Scan all the way back years. I'm going back years on my chart right now. Keep going. Keep going. There it is. If you go back to February 14th, 2007, you have a gap window. Gap window's notorious support for a bounce, guys. You see that? That's cool stuff. So again, I talked about that. I actually did a video in the research center highlighting that level. And look at that. That was at $40. First Solar is now at 47 and change in just a few days. And the trades are there. I mean, I don't care what type of market. As we always say, we're neither bull nor bear. All we are traders and swing traders. Some people say, oh, well, they're day traders. No, we're not. I swing trade the market just as much as I day trade. I do both because I can and, I'm good at it. But, people that are at work 9 to 5, you just do the swing trades. And look what you would have made. You would have had JP Morgan long, SMH long, Spiders long, CSIQ long, and some other ones. Now, I do have some other open positions out there as well. But for the majority of things, I am out of the market in certain ways, back in a majority cash after banking enough to really the amount of money talked about and gained over here. And a lot of people said this as well in the chat room and in the research center. You basically just made the average person's salary in a year today. Just keep doing it, and you're not even investing a lot. I had at the maximum, less than half of my whole portfolio invested. Yet I just made way more money than a 99% of the population will in a year. So you don't need a lot of money to do this, folks. That's the beauty of it. But you need to have the guts to try In the Money Stocks, obviously, and take a free trial. Ooh, scary, free trial. Alrighty, let's take a look at a couple other things. JP Morgan, having a very good day, up $1.90. This stock was down after hours on the downgrade, the debt downgrade or the credit downgrade from a lot of the banks, and today it's ripping higher. It was a great fake out. The news you must ignore. This is something I've stressed to my members as I teach them the elite nature and the elite basis of trading profitably for life. You want to trade for life, you want to profit for life, you never want to work a job again, you take in the money stocks seriously and you come join here. But the key is, one thing I teach my guys, you ignore news. If you didn't ignore news and if you didn't ignore the media, then you were short last week coming into this week and you got crushed. If you didn't ignore news, then you sold your longs yesterday when the bank downgrade happened, the credit downgrade for the banks, and you missed today's rally. If you just watch the charts on the spiders, and we go back to the SPY right here on the 60-minute, and you ignored the news, and let's say you didn't even turn on any news outlet, you didn't watch TV, you listen to the radio, or look online for any news, you saw an in spirit of bull flag here, perfect setup for a long, and it plays out. So again, I just encourage you to just avoid the news, guys. The news will do nothing but put you in the wrong direction on the market. All right? I use it as a contrarian indicator. I'm good enough at this point where I can ignore the news and only take it as a contrarian indicator, but I do. Bad news comes out, generally I'm starting to look long. All right? Same thing with CNBC. All these media outlets, once they start complaining and fear and panic and doom and gloom, take that as a signal, contrarian signal. All right, enough said, guys. Bottom line is I got to go make some more money this afternoon. I hope you come and join us here at InTheMoneyStocks.com. Take the 7-day free trial to the Research Center and the Intraday Stock Chat. Try them both. You keep one, you don't keep one, whatever you want to do. Bottom line is you got to learn this methodology. It works. Take care.